Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're delving deep into a topic that has both fascinated and mystified humanity for ages: exorcisms and possessions. While these phenomena are deeply rooted in religious and cultural traditions, modern science offers intriguing insights that challenge our understanding. Are these events purely supernatural, or can they be explained through the lens of psychology and neurology? Join us as we unravel the science behind exorcisms and possessions. And if you're new here or haven't done so yet, please hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and ring the notification bell to stay updated on our latest explorations. The concept of possession by malevolent spirits or entities is as old as human civilization itself. Across various cultures and religions, from ancient Mesopotamia to the indigenous tribes of the Americas, there are records and tales of individuals believed to be under the control of external forces. These forces were often perceived as evil spirits, demons, or the souls of the deceased. In ancient Egypt, for instance, harmful spirits were thought to cause illnesses or misfortunes. Rituals and spells were crafted to protect individuals from these malevolent entities. Similarly, ancient Greek literature, like the works of Homer, occasionally mentions individuals being possessed by gods or spirits, leading them to act in ways they wouldn't ordinarily. Christianity, particularly the Catholic Church, has a long history of documented exorcisms, with Jesus Christ himself depicted as performing exorcisms in the New Testament. The belief here is that the devil or his demons can take control of a person's body, and an exorcism is the ritualistic method to cast out this possessing spirit. But it's not just limited to Christianity. Islam has its own version of exorcism called ruqya, where verses from the Quran are recited to expel harmful entities. Hinduism, Buddhism, and various African and Native American religions also have their own rituals and beliefs surrounding possession and its remedies. Understanding this historical context is crucial. It shows that the idea of possession is a universal human experience, transcending geographical and cultural boundaries. But as science and understanding of the human mind evolved, so did the interpretations of what was truly happening during these so-called possessions. The realm of the supernatural has always fascinated humanity, with possessions standing out as particularly enigmatic events. However, as we've delved deeper into the intricacies of the human mind, many phenomena previously attributed to otherworldly forces are now being understood through the lens of psychology and neuroscience. Take, for instance, dissociative identity disorder, DID, which was formerly known as multiple personality disorder. Individuals with DID exhibit two or more distinct identity states that control their behavior and consciousness. These alternate identities can vary in age, sex, or even nationality. It's not hard to see how certain possession cases, where individuals claim another being has overtaken them, might be explained by this disorder. Then there's epilepsy, a condition that in the past was often mistaken for possession. The involuntary movements and altered states of consciousness that characterize seizure episodes led many in ancient times to believe that supernatural forces were at play. Similarly, schizophrenia, with its symptoms of hallucinations, delusions, and severe disorganized thinking, could easily be misinterpreted. Imagine someone with schizophrenia hearing voices. In a different era, these auditory hallucinations might be perceived as the whispers of spirits or demons. Historical accounts also tell of women exhibiting sudden outbursts of emotion, uncontrolled movements, or fainting, which were labeled as hysteria. In religious or superstitious settings, these episodes were sometimes interpreted as signs of possession. On a larger scale, mass hysteria has seen groups of people, especially in tight-knit communities, simultaneously display bizarre behaviors. This collective phenomenon, often driven by fear or emotional distress, can lead many to believe they're experiencing the supernatural. Moreover, the cultural backdrop plays a significant role. In many societies, the belief in possession is so deeply ingrained that unexplained psychological distress is often interpreted through a spiritual lens. The power of suggestion further complicates matters. Witnessing an exorcism or being told they're possessed can lead individuals to unconsciously mimic similar behaviors. While modern psychology offers these explanations, it's essential to recognize that they don't diminish the deeply held spiritual beliefs of many. For some, the rituals of exorcism, even if viewed as a placebo, provide genuine psychological relief. The brain, with its intricate web of neurons and synapses, is the epicenter of our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. As we've advanced in our understanding of neurology, we've begun to uncover the neurological underpinnings of phenomena that were once attributed to the supernatural, including possessions. One of the most compelling neurological explanations for possession-like symptoms is temporal lobe epilepsy, TLE. The temporal lobes, located on either side of the brain, play a crucial role in processing emotions and memory. When these areas experience epileptic seizures, the manifestations can be quite dramatic. Individuals might experience intense feelings of fear or déjà vu, hear voices or sounds that aren't there, or even have spiritual or mystical experiences. Historically, these intense episodes, which can be deeply transformative for the individual, were sometimes interpreted as divine or demonic interventions. Another condition, Tourette's syndrome, is characterized by sudden, involuntary movements and vocalizations called tics. In some severe cases, these tics can be mistaken for the uncontrollable actions seen in possessed individuals. The outbursts, sometimes even involving inappropriate or taboo words or phrases, can be particularly alarming to those unfamiliar with the disorder. Neurodegenerative diseases, such as Parkinson's or Huntington's, can also produce symptoms that might be misinterpreted as possessions in certain cultural contexts. These diseases can lead to a range of motor symptoms, from tremors and rigidity to more complex involuntary movements. Additionally, they can cause psychological symptoms, including hallucinations or personality changes. Lastly, certain drugs or toxins affecting the brain can induce possession-like states. Hallucinogens, for instance, can profoundly alter perception, thought, and mood, leading to experiences that might be interpreted as supernatural. Similarly, severe alcohol withdrawal can lead to delirium tremens, characterized by tremors, hallucinations, and extreme agitation. In understanding these neurological perspectives, it becomes evident that the line between the spiritual and the scientific is often blurred. What's crucial is the approach taken to address these phenomena, ensuring that individuals receive appropriate care and understanding, whether it's through medical intervention, psychological support, or spiritual guidance. The human mind is a complex entity, capable of shaping our perception of reality in profound ways. One of the most influential factors in how we perceive and interact with the world around us is our system of beliefs. When it comes to exorcisms and possessions, the power of belief plays a pivotal role. Throughout history, various cultures and religions have held strong convictions about the presence of good and evil forces. These beliefs often manifest in rituals, ceremonies, and practices designed to ward off malevolent entities or heal those believed to be affected by them. Exorcisms, in many traditions, are a direct response to these deeply rooted beliefs. But what happens when someone genuinely believes they are possessed? The mind, influenced by cultural, religious, and societal factors, can exhibit symptoms that align with traditional descriptions of possession. For instance, a person might display sudden changes in behavior, speak in tongues, or show an aversion to sacred objects. These symptoms, while potentially having psychological or neurological explanations, can be reinforced by the individual's belief system. Furthermore, the placebo effect, a well-documented phenomenon in medical science, demonstrates how belief can influence outcomes. If someone believes that a particular ritual or treatment will help them, their condition might improve purely based on that belief, even if the treatment itself has no therapeutic value. In the context of exorcisms, if an individual believes that the ritual will rid them of a possessing entity, they might feel and act freed afterward, even if the exorcism had no tangible effect. Communities and families play a role too. When those around the affected individual also believe in possession and the power of exorcism, it reinforces the individual's experiences and beliefs. This collective belief system can create an environment where possession seems not only plausible but expected under certain circumstances. In essence, the power of belief, both individual and collective, can shape experiences and perceptions in significant ways. When it comes to phenomena like possessions and exorcisms, understanding this power is crucial to discerning the line between spiritual events and psychological manifestations. In today's digital age, the portrayal of exorcisms and possessions has evolved, largely influenced by the media. Movies, television shows, and online platforms have sensationalized these events, often blurring the lines between fact and fiction. This media portrayal has had a profound impact on how society perceives and understands these phenomena. Hollywood blockbusters like The Exorcist and The Conjuring series have painted a dramatic picture of exorcisms, filled with violent physical contortions, guttural voices, and intense spiritual battles. While these depictions are designed for entertainment and shock value, they've also shaped public perception, leading many to believe that such dramatic events are common. The media's portrayal often omits the meticulous processes that religious institutions typically follow before performing an exorcism. For instance, the Catholic Church requires a thorough examination, often involving both medical and psychological assessments, to rule out non-spiritual causes. Reality TV shows and documentaries on possessions and exorcisms have also surged in popularity. These programs, while claiming to portray real-life events, often add a layer of drama and suspense to boost viewership. The editing, music, and narrative structure can make the events appear more sensational than they might have been in reality. Social media platforms, with their viral videos and stories, further amplify tales of modern exorcisms. Clips of supposed real-life exorcisms can garner millions of views, spreading rapidly across the internet. However, without proper context or verification, it's challenging to discern the authenticity of such content. This media-driven narrative has had tangible effects. There's been a reported rise in the demand for exorcisms in various parts of the world, with some attributing it to the influence of movies and the internet. Some individuals, genuinely believing they or their loved ones are possessed due to symptoms they've seen on screen, seek out spiritual interventions. In conclusion, while exorcisms and possessions have ancient roots, their portrayal and perception in modern times are heavily influenced by the media. It's crucial for viewers to approach such content critically, recognizing the line between entertainment and reality. Across the globe, the concept of possession and the rituals of exorcism are as diverse as the cultures they originate from. While the underlying theme often revolves around the battle between good and evil, the specifics, interpretations, and practices vary widely. In many African cultures, for instance, spirit possession isn't always viewed negatively. Spirits might take over a person's body during specific ceremonies or rituals, allowing the community to communicate with ancestors or deities. These spirits can bring messages, warnings, or blessings. The act of being possessed in such contexts is often a revered state, and the individual is treated with respect and care. Contrast this with Western Christian traditions where possession is typically seen as the work of malevolent demons or the devil. Here, exorcism rituals are performed to cast out the evil entity and save the soul of the possessed. Latin incantations, holy water, and crucifixes are commonly associated tools in these exorcisms. In Hinduism, possession can be by various entities ranging from ancestral spirits to deities to malevolent beings. The approach to dealing with possession varies based on the nature of the possessing spirit. Rituals might involve offerings, chants, or even dance and music to appease or drive away the spirit. Buddhist traditions, especially in regions like Tibet, also recognize possession. However, the emphasis is often on understanding the nature of the mind and reality. Exorcisms might involve meditation, mantras, and rituals that seek to restore balance rather than confrontationally casting out an entity. Islamic traditions have the concept of jinn, supernatural beings created from smokeless fire. While not all jinn are malevolent, some can possess or harm humans. The process of exorcising a jinn involves reciting specific verses from the Quran. These cultural interpretations highlight the vast spectrum of human understanding and experience when it comes to possession. They remind us that what might be considered malevolent in one culture could be neutral or even benevolent in another. Understanding these nuances is crucial when examining the global phenomenon of possession and exorcism. It's a testament to the rich tapestry of human belief and the myriad ways we interpret and interact with the unseen world. The practice of exorcism, while deeply rooted in religious and cultural traditions, is not without its ethical dilemmas. As our understanding of mental health has evolved, so too has the debate surrounding the morality and appropriateness of exorcism in modern society. One of the primary concerns is the potential misdiagnosis of mental health disorders. Symptoms that might historically be attributed to demonic possession, such as seizures, hallucinations, or extreme changes in personality, can often be explained by conditions like epilepsy, schizophrenia, or bipolar disorder. Subjecting individuals with these conditions to exorcism rituals, rather than providing them with appropriate medical care, can exacerbate their symptoms and delay crucial treatment. Furthermore, exorcism rituals can be physically and mentally taxing, sometimes even involving restraints, prolonged fasting, or exposure to distressing stimuli. There's a real risk of physical harm, psychological trauma, and in extreme cases, death. The ethical implications become even murkier when the individual being exorcised is not consenting, either because they're too young, they're deemed not to be in their right mind, or they're under immense community or familial pressure. Another ethical dimension to consider is the potential for exploitation. There have been instances where unscrupulous individuals have taken advantage of vulnerable people, offering exorcism services for a fee. These charlatans, driven by profit rather than genuine belief or desire to help, can cause significant harm. However, it's essential to approach this topic with nuance. For many, exorcism is a deeply held religious rite, offering spiritual relief and healing. To dismiss it outright without understanding its cultural and spiritual significance can be seen as ethnocentric or dismissive of individual religious rights. In conclusion, while exorcism has its place in many cultures and religions worldwide, it's crucial to approach the practice with care, understanding, and a deep respect for the rights and well-being of the individual at its center. Balancing respect for cultural and religious practices with the imperative to do no harm is at the heart of the ethical debate surrounding exorcism. The topic of exorcism and possession has long been a subject of fascination, fear, and skepticism. As science and understanding of the human mind have advanced, so too have the arguments surrounding the legitimacy and ethics of exorcism practices. On one side of the debate are staunch believers, many of whom come from religious backgrounds or communities where exorcism is an accepted and integral part of their faith. For these individuals, the battle against evil spirits is very real, and exorcism is a necessary ritual to cleanse the possessed and protect the community. They argue that dismissing exorcism outright is a form of cultural or religious insensitivity, failing to recognize the deeply held beliefs and experiences of millions around the world. Conversely, skeptics, many from the scientific and medical communities, argue that what has historically been labeled as possession can often be explained by psychological or neurological conditions. They emphasize the importance of approaching individuals displaying possessed symptoms with medical and psychological interventions first. For them, the potential harm in misdiagnosing a treatable condition as a possession is too great to ignore. Adding to the complexity is the undeniable impact of popular culture. Movies, books, and television shows have sensationalized the concept of exorcism, often blurring the lines between fact and fiction. This portrayal can influence public perception, sometimes leading to fear, misunderstanding, or an overemphasis on the supernatural elements. Yet, amidst this debate, there are also calls for a middle ground. Some propose a more holistic approach, recognizing the potential benefits of spiritual or ritualistic healing while also advocating for medical and psychological evaluations. They argue that understanding and respect can bridge the gap between traditional practices and modern science. In essence, the debate around exorcism and possession is far from settled. As society continues to grapple with the intersections of faith, science, and ethics, the discourse surrounding exorcism will undoubtedly evolve, reflecting our ever-changing understanding of the world around us and within us. As we delve into the intricate tapestry of human understanding, it becomes evident that exorcisms and possessions are not just tales from ancient scriptures or plotlines for horror movies. They are deeply rooted in our collective psyche, representing the eternal struggle between understanding and belief, science and faith. While modern science offers explanations rooted in psychology and neurology, it doesn't entirely negate the profound spiritual experiences many claim to have had. The power of belief, the influence of culture, and the quest for understanding all play pivotal roles in shaping our perspectives on this enigmatic subject. It's essential to approach this topic with an open mind and a compassionate heart. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, the stories and experiences surrounding exorcisms and possessions provide a mirror to our deepest fears, hopes, and the eternal human quest to understand the unknown. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you found this exploration enlightening, please consider subscribing, liking this video, and hitting the notification bell for more insightful content. Remember, knowledge is the first step to understanding.